Thanks for joining us. Oh, we were on mute. Hi, I'm Amanda from Pear Blossom Press. This is my friend MaryAnn from the Rabbit Hole Designs.
And we'd like to welcome you to International Scrapbooking Day Hop.
Yeah,
Live hop.
We're doing a live hop, and at the end we're going to do a Zoom party. So thanks for joining us. We are doing a quick live, so 30 minutes, and we already started over once. So, we're going to speed through this a little bit faster. A little bit of housekeeping. We're gonna do our 30 minutes, then we're gonna turn it over to Daniel. He's gonna turn it over to Linda, and then it goes to, I think, Lydia. And then we've got Tyler with Sweet Sentiment, and Morgan is hopping in for Leslie from Heavy Doodle. So, and then at the end, we're having a Zoom party. So if you guys are hanging out with us all day, join us on Zoom at the end. Show us what you've been working on if you want. If you're camera shy, don't worry. You don't have to turn on your camera. But we do reserve the right to toss out lurkers. So if you don't turn on your camera or your microphone, we might get a little worried. And that's not going to be recorded at all. But all of these hops will be live. Will be on our channels at the end too. So you can watch them again later. Okay, and then I think we're going to get started. Do you want to show us what you're going to make today?
Yep. I am going to recreate this card right here, but in different colorway. And it's using the Blooming Anemone stamp set from Rabbit Hole Designs and our Hello Shadow die. And I just am going to be using just the word itself.
I love this new stamp set. It's so pretty.
I know, it is. I like it.
It's beautiful.
And it's really easy. You don't have to color it.
I know.
I'm going to show you. You don't have to color this stamp.
I was thinking it would be pretty just to ink blend a background and then stamp it on and emboss
yes.
it. Or it's just really pretty.
Well, thank you. And what are you doing today?
Okay. So I've already pre-cut and colored a bunch of stuff. I'm going to make this cool little, it's kind of like a matchbook. Well, I don't have a sample finished, so you're gonna see it come together. So there's a die set from iCrafter. It has all of the little pieces to make a matchbook. And then there's an add-on set where you put in the little guys, and I've already pre-cut it. I'll show you all that in a second. But I'm going to use, well, let's start with our star of the show. This little mermaid. Isn't she cute? This is from the Rabbit Hole Designs. All my stamps are from Rabbit Hole Designs today. And she's on clearance, and they're doing a 25% off special. So you guys can pick her up on clearance plus 25% off today. So anyhow, just FYI. I'm also using this new little flower, well, new to me, the whale. I just love it. It's so pretty. And then if you guys remember this set from a while ago, there's a little push here. And I'm using the stars as starfish.
Oh, also on clearance.
Oh, also on clearance. Pick that one up too. And then also my little candle. So I've already gone ahead and colored. Oh, and I am going to do It's Your Day from Heavy Doodle. And then I'm going to need your help deciding on waves. If we should do crazy waves or if we should do slopey, gentle waves. So somewhere in the chat when we get to that, tell me what you guys think. And I'm also going to use a raindrop die because I want to add lights because I always forget to add lights, and that's kind of like my product.
It's like your jam. So I took and I pre-did my elements for the card also. Today I'm using the Erin Lee glossy black cardstock. It is the only cardstock that, glossy black that I use. I took the embossing powder tool from the Rabbit Hole Designs, and if you can catch that, there's very little residue, and it embossed perfect. So I embossed that, and then we'll get started. I'm going to get started assembling because I have a couple cards I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, she's got stuff to make 3 cards in 30 minutes. She is on it. Okay, so I'm going to show you the pieces that I cut out. So for the matchbook itself, it's kind of hard to see, but there is a little fold line that scores. And so it kind of folds over like this. And this is the back of your matchbook. A regular matchbook, like back in the days when everybody gave out matchbooks. But it's a big version. And you can make this into a little scrapbook, which I considered. But the truth is, I'm a card maker. And I'm not gonna finish a scrapbook. So, and this is the front. So it's got 2 little folds here. And the way that it works is that you just glue them together like that. And then it basically creates a matchbook. You see that?
That's cute.
And then you have all these little pages that you can add into your book. So like that. So these guys, I want to cut out waves from the top. That's why I was saying, help me decide which, waves to use. And then I also cut out this, which it's drop-in. So there's different inserts that you can drop in. And I thought this would look kind of like a splash for my whale. Kind of like that. Something like that.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. So that's what I was going with. So, but I want to add my mermaid to the front. And she's holding a candle. And inside it'll say it's your day. So I'm going to set these aside for just a second. And I only need my cover for now. And I'll figure out where she's going to sit. And this is one of our little one lights. If you guys haven't seen these before, it's basically just a little flat flashlight. Can you see that?
Yeah, I have to stop buying those for myself.
So she's going to sit on the front here. And I want to see where my button's going to go because I've already stamped out press here. And it's going to sit basically like that. So I want to make sure there's enough room in between. And I've got a pencil. I'm going to just hover it over. And that's where my little mark is for my light. So that I know my light is going to sit there. And then in this Avriel stamp set, which is probably hard to see, I used a permanent ink on the stamps. But there's a little raindrop in there, which is perfect for a candle flame. So I am going to cut that out. And I just want to kind of mimic the direction. So just like that, I'm going to cut a hole in the front of my card.
And then before I got here, I took just some plain old, not plain, but Nina 80 pound. And I heat embossed with black ink on white paper with clear embossing. And then I die cut 3 circles, which I'm going to place in the same position over the top of the black embossed on the black paper.
Okay, so I've got my little card front here, and you see that little tiny raindrop hole? That's going to let the light come through. Can you see the light coming through there? All right, so now I also cut out a little circle of vellum just in case. If you see it from the back, we can cover it up. We don't want that hole to be there. So that little circle of vellum is going to cover like that. And now I'm going to take my light, and this time, I know it sounds kind of weird, I'm going to put, instead of putting adhesive on the back, I'm going to put it over the battery. So I'm just using some double-sided tape and my good scissors here. And I'm putting it right on the battery clip. And I have to tell you guys, if some of you guys have been with me for a while, we used to carry the double thick foam tape that had the world's best release paper on it, and then they discontinued it. The manufacturer stopped making it. So I have been on the hunt for 2 years to find it again. And I finally found a manufacturer who's specially making it for us. So I'm super excited about that. It should be here in a couple weeks. And it's really cool. So I'm just lining up the light. I'm kind of pressing it and making sure that I have it centered in that hole. And I'm pushing lightly just to make sure that I leave room. And my double thick foam tape is coming. So if you guys remember it from before, it's coming back. Okay, nice. So I have plenty of room so my starfish isn't overlapping my mermaid. Okay, so I like that. Now before I go too much further, I think this is going to be a little bit plain, so I want to splatter this real quick. I'm going to let you...
Look at you getting all fancy splatter.
Just fast. So I have...
And I'm trying not to glue my fingers together.
I just have my little splatter ring here. I'm going to put water on it and then splatter it in my box over here. But I don't want to splatter everything.
So I also used the Hello word die from the Rabbit Hole Designs, and I die cut from the same white panel that I did the black heat embossing on the word hello, and I'm just going to try to line this up as best I can on the card front. So sorry if my head gets in the middle, guys. So we're going to eyeball it because, nothing's perfect in this world. So, all right. I think that's really close enough.
All right.
Okay, so there's card 1 is done.
Wow.
Boom.
All right, I splattered onto my little drop, so I'm doing that so it doesn't show.
So here's a real quick close-up of the card. We'll get right up. There you go.
Look at how pretty.
So, and then you can kind of see the black on black embossing. Like I said, this Erin Lee paper is really nice. Okay, so that's card 1 is done.
You're on it. Okay, so I already die cut a second cover, and that's going to be for the back side because we're not going to want to see that inside our card. When we open it up, that's kind of ugly, right? So I'm going to let this dry just a little bit, and then we're going to put that on. But while this is drying, I'm actually going to decorate this side. So you see that it's going to fit on top like that. So this is my top, even though that's my bottom. Those are drying. And I've got the It's Your Day and one of my little fish. So I'm going to glue it on now while it's easy because it's flat. And then I'll show you how to attach this so that the bottom will still slip in. It won't be too thick at the bottom, so it'll still latch. But it'll still have enough room for that light because the battery of the light itself is a little thick. That's why I was mentioning our double thick foam tape that's coming back in. It's the same thickness as our batteries. And I'm just using PVA glue because it's my favorite for paper to paper. And I'm not adding any extra thicknesses here. I'm going to kind of tuck him a little under.
All right, cute. Card 2 and card 3. I'm going to be using my new, I just got this because I had to have these. Are these just the cutest little honeybee stamps? These are Sweet Honey Bee. And then I had to get the dies because,
Well, if you buy the stamps, you got to have
the dies. Dies are life, right?
Yep.
I mean, like, dies are life. So I did a lot of the coloring already at home last night, this morning. So let's see if I can get kind of close there. Does that look cute? There's little bees. And I put a little gem in the center of the flowers. So there's going to be 3 per card. And then I did the background with a border. And I'm not coloring that because then I'm going to take the Rabbit Hole Designs Taste Like Honey stencil. And I'm going to stencil the card base with, believe it or not, Wild Honey Distress ink. And using the Rabbit Hole Designs blending brushes, which are back in stock.
That is so good. You guys, when I got a set of these, actually, I'm going to slide this forward and try not to dump it. So can you see this? This is 2 sets, and I use them all the time. And I have one set for my oxides and one set for just dye-based inks. And you can get these little clips from Make It by Marco.
Yes.
And they're very nice for holding and organizing. And I put it on a little Lazy Susan, and it just spins around.
Yeah, you can't be. I mean, the brushes, I know everybody makes brushes, but ours are a little different. And you can't beat the blending on these. So.
No, and the price point.
And the price point.
The price point.
For real. So, all right. Okay. So I'm going to get to work on this. Oh, if I can find the bottom of the stencil. There we go.
Okay. So this is dry now. So I'm going to flip it over. And I'm spinning it a little bit. And here's that piece that I glued on the words that It's Your Day. That's from Heffy Doodle. And one of the little fish that's in with the mermaid. It's either with the mermaid or it's with the whale.
It's from the mermaid.
Okay, yeah. So there's a couple fish in there, and there's a couple in the whale, or with the whale, which I cut out already. Okay, so this end, the top or the bottom, however you see it, you want it to stay flat so it can still tuck in there. So you don't want to have that puffed out. But this end, where our light is going to be a little wide. So we're going to put a little bit of foam tape here, and then we're just going to use glue here. And we don't want a ton in between because we don't want a sharp drag. We want a soft, gradual gradient there. So I will show you what I mean. And this is some of the sample of the new tape that's on the way. It is repositionable. It's repositionable for like the first hour or so while you're working easily. And then after that, within 24 hours, it's permanent, which is really nice. And I'll show you how repositionable it is. But then after that, it gets permanent. So at first I thought, we're going to have to work on this tape. It comes off too easy. It's not sticky enough, but it is totally sticky enough. Just give it a little bit of time. So you can see I have some tape there and some tape here. And the release paper, look, you can practically blow on it to make it come off. It comes off. That was like my main goal. Give me good release paper. And then it turns out we actually have awesome foam on top of that because it's repositionable. Oh, I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive here too.
And I'm not going for a full coverage with the stencil. I'm just doing a little bit darker in some areas, lighter in others. Just because I want the bees to really shine more than the background.
So I'm going to purposely set it off. So you guys saw me take off the release paper. And like that would be ruined with regular foam tape, right? But look, it's not.
What? Okay, so we have like crafting witchcraft going on in here.
It's pretty cool stuff. I'm super excited. But by tomorrow that will be fully set.
Permanent.
It'll be permanent. So you'll like it. And here our light comes through. And we have this little bit of gradual change. Can you see the thickness? It's thicker on one side and it's flat here. So that's what we're doing. And now I'm going to take this little flap, because you have your little scores already there. And then I'm just going to attach it. Micah, are you going to read us comments? Are there any?
You guys have been talking all the time.
Oh, sorry.
So Lauren is asking about the tape. If you're
It'll be in... Yeah. And it'll be the Big Mama rolls again. So 20 meters. Nice. So it's huge. It'll last you a long time. It's acid free. It's being manufactured as we speak. And it should be here in a few weeks. Okay, so my match box is together. I just glued that one little flap. See how front, back, boom. And then I'm going to glue her in place.
Linda's here.
Hey, Linda.
Hey, Linda.
Roberta's here. Roberta's wondering. She came late. She's like, "What are you making?"
Hi, Berta. I'm making a matchbook card. Because even though it's... All right, so technically it's National Scrapbook Day, but we've got our friends from overseas joining us, and more everybody's celebrating it internationally. So we're calling it International Scrapbook Day. And we're mostly card makers here, so a lot of us are making cards. I hope you guys don't mind. So now this is just regular thin foam tape for my mermaid, so she's not way too tall. I think that's all I need. So I'm making a matchbook card. However, if you were a scrapbooker, this would make a perfect little mini book. You can just, the pages fit the little Instax photos. And there is a new camera from Canon. Well, it's not that new. I just saw it.
New to you.
New to me. And it is super cool. It does the zinc paper and prints it out. And it's the 2x3 sticker papers. So I just pressed the light, turned the light on so I could see and make sure I lined that up well. And then we're going to glue this flat over our button. I don't want foam tape here because you don't want the button to not be a nice stiff push.
Oh, look at you. It's so slid up. So cute.
That. Okay, so then when we close her up, I want this little guy here, I think. And I'm not afraid of letting stuff go off the side because my whale is kind of big and she's going to poke through. I'm saying she because she's covered in flowers.
Okay, we're going to need placement assistance with those.
Okay, what do you mean?
Well, do they look where they look good? Because that's where they'll sit.
All right, guys.
Move these?
What do you think? Mike is going to read the comments, but there's a delay. And even though my foam tape would still let me pull it up, I actually got it off a little bit, but I used use glue at the bottom. So I'm trimming off a little bit there. Any comments on placement for Mary?
Negative. Nobody cares.
Dang it. Dang it.
Well, I think they're cute like that.
Okay, well, that's where they're going to go.
Lauren says, Amanda, that's totally cute with her holding the candle.
Thanks. I think so too.
Nobody cares where the bees go. Darn it.
Can I move them?
Yes. Put them where you think they should go.
Well, if they're down here, they're kind of hard to see.
Right.
So up there's cute. I think it's cute.
I just didn't want to do all of them popped up. Or should I pop them all
Cindy
up?
says she's too busy watching you guys to have any questions or
What
comments.
about slightly overlap 2,
Yeah.
3? I don't know.
Well, that's where they're going. Okay.
She says, Lauren says the bees look great.
Thank you, Lauren.
Okay, so I know for sure
She
this
says she
one.
liked it the way you started.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, that's too late. We don't have a rewind.
You haven't stuck them down yet? Oh, did you?
And Roberta says you can turn one at an angle if you want.
Okay, well, then we'll turn this one at a funny little angle. How's that? It's only paper, people. And we have a second one we're going to do.
That is true.
Yvonne's here. She says the bee card's super adorable, MaryAnn.
Aw, thank you. Hello, moms.
Oh, yeah. Happy Mother's
it's
Day,
Mother's Day
everybody.
weekend for like 1 million people.
For those of you who normally join us for Crafternoon on Sundays, because tomorrow is Mother's Day, we're canceling it. Plus, we're doing this today, and we're having the Zoom party there. So, no Zoom or no Crafternoon tomorrow, but Zoom today with us, and spend tomorrow with your family. Okay, so see how my whale? She's gonna pop out, and I'm totally fine with that. And I just used.
I love the colorway on your whale.
Thanks.
The colorway.
The coloring.
The colorway on the whale.
All right. So I used a little bit of foam tape to attach it, and I'm going to powder the back side. And I'm not worried about gunking up my brush because this brush is cleanable.
Yes, it is.
25% off does not apply
No,
to this.
not to Crafters
So no
Essentials.
Crafters Essentials, but this is essential. If you don't have one of these, you guys need this. These powder tools are the best. Okay. So whale is good. Her layer's done. Oh, by the way, I used for bubbles. I just embossed from this same stamp set that we used the stars. I embossed those. I figured it would work.
Can I borrow your scissors, please?
You guys are at 7 minutes, just so you know.
Oh, 7 minutes. Okay. Well, geez. All right. If I don't
Sorry,
finish,
I maybe 10 minutes late.
so now I'm gonna use my little wave dies to cut out those. And I do need your opinion, and I may not finish it on camera. I'll show you in the Zoom, though. Should I use these fancy dies or the soft rolling hill ones to be waves behind them? What do you think?
I like the softies.
I kind of do, too.
Danielle says, haha, Amanda says she's powdering the backside.
Powdering the backside.
I should have powdered the
Yeah.
other side.
Okay, so card number 2 is done.
All right. Oh, jeez. Good job.
So can you all we'll get a really good, so we can get a close up for that.
Cindy Rogers says she has one of the powder tools, but she can't get the powder to come out. She pumped it a bunch of times, shaking it, but she
Give me
doesn't
your
know what to
powder
do.
Okay, so Cindy, what you're going to do is you're going to take your powder tool and you're going to hold onto it with your non-dominant hand. Grab the black barrel, pull this out once, and then turn it one time till it clicks one way, either way. Then close it back up and give it a pump, and you should see some powder coming out. So again, you can either leave it like this and just turn it till you feel a click, either right or left. Either way won't matter. And then give it a pump, and your powder, you should see a little poof of white at the very top of your brush.
But this powder isn't like white chalky powder,
Yeah.
so you don't see a lot of it. It's not.
You don't have to see it to know that it's working.
But you will know if it's not working. So. Okay, so I have
Amanda,
one.
Joy Wilson says she likes the soft rolling waves.
Oh, good. Because I already started cutting them. Thank you. Hi, Joy.
Hi, Joy.
Rebecca Griffith just showed up. She says, hi, everybody.
Hello.
Okay, now we're going to go and we're going to start card number 3 because
5
this
minutes.
I can get this done in 5 minutes. I am on this.
I can probably get mine done in 5 too. I think, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So I'm just lining these up as I go to see where I want to put the last one. Since this last one's the horizon, it probably technically should be straight, but I don't care. It's not going to be.
So you guys might be wondering, I masked off the bottom because the little background, it comes in on the edges, and I didn't want it to be the honeycomb to show through right there. So,
all right, so I've got all my little guys here, and then I have some ribbon.
Look at you, fancy pants with ribbon too.
I know. Do you remember when cards were not done unless you added glitter or ribbon?
Oh, and buttons?
And buttons? Oh, and buttons.
And buttons?
Lord, I invested so much money in ribbon. When I lived in Long Beach, there was this little store, it's still there, called Fabric Barn, which used to sell fabric and ribbon. And I bought 100-yard rolls of every color.
Oh.
I still have it.
Linda says she's looking for links to buy any of this stuff. Should I just direct her to the site?
rabbitholedesigns.com. It's linked at the bottom. I think it should be. And you said they don't actually need the code at Autopop.
They do not need a code.
25% off. And check out the clearance. There's a lot of clearance, including our cute little mermaid. She's on clearance and 25% off of that.
And the little bunny moon.
And the bunny moon, too. Yeah, 2 of the stamp sets. I didn't even know that, guys. That was just a happy accident because I love both those sets. And look how cute she works with little whale. All right. Oh, can I borrow my scissors?
You can borrow your scissors.
I actually have more scissors than this.
I didn't think I was going to need them, but then I realized I was.
All right. And I have a couple more little guys. Oops, sorry. Hope that wasn't too loud. I'm going to just glue in place here.
This is speed assembly going on right now.
Linda says you guys are too excited.
Sorry.
Just one person talking to
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Linda.
Sorry, not sorry. It's National Scrapbook Day, guys. Are you guys excited? I am.
I can't talk
Oh, now you talk.
now. Okay, so we're not even popping these up on foam because I just wanted these guys to just sit. And we're just going to do them as happy little bees, kind of dancing, twirling.
All right, and I have one more little fish. Up here? Down here. Down here.
And I'm going to put this one here. And I'm done. Boom. Well, sort of.
Look, and I'm done too. Bam! Look it. Okay. So press here. And you open it up. It's your day. And then look at all those. And you can write a message here or on the back. And this will fit into an envelope.
Okay, so there's card 1. Here's card 2 using that Erin Lee glossy black. And here's card 3 again. And these are just a lay flat. No worry about going in an envelope.
Awesome.
Okay, 3 cards. Done.
We're done.
We're done.
All right, I'm going to switch back to the front with chat so everybody can see. Okay, so we tried something new, and I hope it works. Because you know how sometimes if you're watching on Facebook, you can't see the YouTube comments and vice versa? Well, we tried to put them all in one. So hopefully right now, there should be comments here.
Yeah, there.
Okay. And what time are we at?
You have 1 minute.
Okay,
Wrap it up.
so there's a link to Daniel's video next. If you don't see it, it's Delinardi on YouTube.
giveaways.
I
Or
posted it in the chat.
Delinardi on Facebook. And then hop along to Linda. And then after that is Lydia. Did I mention Lydia earlier?
Yes.
Sorry. Okay, good. Okay, bye.
We didn't do giveaways.
We can pop it in the next one.
Yeah.